Hi guys, thanks for joining me. I thought I would do an off-the-cuff video from the bench rather than setting everything up in the kitchen. Plus the fact that the dishwasher is going on at the moment, so you won't be able to hear what I'm saying. I thought I'd just give a very quick update about the build I'm doing, the Tempest 5 build that is a buddy build with James's modelling channel. I've been messing about with the etch set from Edward and adding one or two pieces to the plastic, so we'll have a look at that, and I'll give you a very quick update on the Name That Film build that I'm doing as well. So I'll lower the camera and we'll have a look at the bits and bobs on the Tempest. So the first thing I did was remove the raised detail that was on the interior of the cockpit, because obviously Edward tell you to do that, and then they tell you to put these two pieces on. So that was the first job I did. I got a few dinks and scrapes in the plastic there, but I'm hoping to sand them out a bit more, and then once the paint's on we won't notice those. So the next item is the seat. The seat itself came as one part and you had to fold it I think about 6 times. Worked really well. What I liked was the side part of the seats gave you the profile, so you knew how to bend the very front of the seat and the head of the seat. So that was good. The plastic at the back, that had to be cut at a point, and then like the armour plate that you can see sticking up there was added to that. Then between the seat and the armour plate there was like a wedge section you had to bend and put together, and so that gave you then the profile for how the seat sat. The seats also had the seat belts glued to the back and then thrown over the top, which you can see hanging down. There's 2 more that's got to be added to each length there, and I've just added the that ratchet there. That's the base of the back of the seat. I don't know whether that's a seat adjustment or something. And you can see that there's one lap belt sticking up which is ready to bend over. I'm just waiting for the glue to dry. So I thought I'd put a 5p next to that so you can see how big that is, but obviously if you're in the UK it gives you some idea of the size, but anywhere else you go, well, a 5p could be the size of a football or something. So that's that bit. Okay, so as you can see this is all plastic, so you would think that this isn't or there hasn't been anything done to this. This is just kit parts, but actually this almost like duck bill that's here was coming off this piece here. So you got this piece coming along from my thumb and then going up. Well, it used to sit where this other piece is here now, and you had to cut that off, fit this piece in, and then put this on the front. Okay guys, bit of an addendum to my video that I'm doing. I just showed me doing the air intake, and let me get a pointer so you can see where I've messed up. Here we go. So I showed that I'd cut this part off, which was the duck bill, and I'd put it on the front of this part. Yeah? Well, I've looked at the instructions again, and only the very front of the duck bill is supposed to butt up to this part. The rest of the part is supposed to, you're not supposed to cut all this off, leave that on, and then you just cut the duck bill part off and butt that up to this piece, which is the actual air intake, so it drops down a bit. Yeah. What I'd done was I'd cut the whole piece off, as you can see from that line there, and I should have cut it from there, just in case anybody was using my video for reference to fit the PE set. It's like, don't do what I did. Look at the instructions and you just cut off that small area, semicircular type area from the front of this, and then it drops down a bit to fit on the front of that. Okay. This part, all you can see really that I've added here, you see this like knob and gear here. That's actually 4 parts to fit onto the frame of the cockpit. So that was interesting. Then there's a little wheel that I've added down here, and then over here you can see a little accident where I nearly super glued the bloody thing to my cutting mat. In fact, I did super glue the thing to my cutting mat, and I had to get like a chisel point underneath it to extricate it, so that'll need a bit of sanding. Or I could just try and burn that off with a lighter, burn the super glue off. Something I just want to chat over with you guys, this is the Edward etch set, and they provide you with the flaps for the wings, and obviously they tell you to remove the kit part and then put these pieces in. Now, I've looked at photos of the Tempest at rest, and I can't see, or there aren't many photographs of the flaps being down when it's at rest. When it's actually at rest, the flaps are still in line with the rest of the wing, so I'm not going to do that. Now, I know there are Mustangs, the P50. Sorry about that, guys, my camera ran out of memory, I've had to delete some files. The P51, when the hydraulics cut out, obviously when it was parked up, then the flaps would come down, but I'm not sure that it is the case on the Tempest, so I shan't be removing this part from the actual plastic. I'll be leaving it as it is. The other thing I wanted to point out about the Edward instructions is I'm not altogether happy that they don't show parts when fitted. So if we look at this, for instance, which is the seat, there's then not a diagram showing you how the seat looks with the various parts attached to it. So yeah, the only time they do it, I mean, even here where you've got the framework for the cockpit, you don't then see you know, everything added on another part of the instructions. But they do it, which was helpful on that part that I just showed you where the air intake is, and it showed you got to remove, can you see that? Sorry, you got to remove this duck bill from here, and then it told you got to add it to there. But then what they usefully did was they added a diagram to show you exactly where it fitted, so it fits on the front of this part like I've done, and then this mesh will go on the front of that and underneath it. So that's where I am with the Tempest build for the moment. What I'll just quickly show you, because it will be very quick, is the update on the Name That Film diode that I'm doing. Now, you have to bear in mind that these diodes are, I'm just doing in the background, so every now and again I will pick one up if I'm waiting for something to dry on one of my other builds, just to add a bit to it. So as I say, it is a very quick update. All I've started doing is adding the door frame, so you guys who are keeping up with this series, obviously I've told you that there's no point in guessing before the finale, but you now know that the diorama includes a wall and it's going to include a door, so that will narrow down the war film that this comes from. And I just want to point out, it's not necessarily how can I put it, it's not necessarily a war film, but it will have some war kind of context to it, if that helps. Alright, well, I'm going to shog off now. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I'm going to carry on doing a bit more to the Tempest. I really want to get the etched bits sorted so that I can crack on with the build. Thanks ever so much for watching, and I'll catch up with you soon.